after lap, track after track. Endure the hours. Seize their every second. Endure every loop. Push their every limit. Endure the miles. Burn their asphalt. Race after race. Year after year. Keep count of what matters most. Defy every moment. Reign over the distance.
Hey, what's up? Original OC with you on the Original OC channel. It is Sunday, September 15th. Hope everyone is having an amazing weekend. We're going to talk watches. We're going to talk cars. We're going to talk about watch YouTubers, all on this program or whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm poolside on OC Patio. Don't believe me? Check it out. Rocking the Pepsi. There you go. Famously featured and worn by Thomas Magnum in Magnum PI. There you go. Shout out to Logan Hall. Logan Hall's in the chat. Happy Sunday, OC. Logan Hall did a great stream yesterday. He did a 4-hour stream where he spent 3 hours and 20 minutes chopping parsley. And then in the remaining 40 minutes, he prepared a skirt steak. A fantastic thin steak, and did it chimichurri with chimichurri style with the parsley and olive oil, whatever that dressing is. And I thought he cooked it perfectly. I thought he did a fantastic job. I know he said it came out medium plus, but the reality is it was better. It looked delicious. It looked fantastic. So shout out to Logan Hall Grill Streams. If you didn't check it out, fast forward past the first 3 hours of parsley chopping and get to the meat grilling, which is the last 6 minutes. Good stuff. But if you want to see someone meticulously and comprehensively chop parsley, I mean, like 4 or 5 pounds of parsley, then I would put it on like around 11 o'clock at night and let it roll. Let it roll, and you will be thoroughly entertained. Guys, I just want to let you know that this is members only commenting. Members only commenting. So if you're a moderator on the channel, I think you can comment. Maybe you can't. But if you're a member, you can definitely comment. So if you are having an issue entering a comment into the chat, you know why? Because you don't have a membership. And whose fault is that? Not mine. So let me do this. I understand there might be a few people who aren't members. In that case, what I will do is remind everybody how to become members. By the way, if you had a membership last month and your membership expired, shame on you. Shame on you, you cheap bastards. Renew your memberships, fuckers. It's only $4.99 a month. All the memberships for last month, by the way, went to support families with family members that have thanatophoric dysplasia. So I think it was $525 that will be donated to that. And then September, we're picking a new cause. So the memberships are not going to fund my trips to Europe. They're not going to support my lavish lifestyle. They're not going to even pay for the $600 fuse that I had to replace on the pool heater yesterday. They're going directly to causes that you guys support. So if you want to be cheap, no problem, but no commenting for you. Parsley chopping. That's right. ASMR parsley chopping. Great for curing insomnia. That's right. Absolutely. If you're having trouble falling asleep, to hear the soothing sounds of Logan's very expensive French knife being applied on the genuine Brazilian Ipe wood cutting board. It's very soothing. Very soothing. So check out Logan Hall Grill streams. I'm sure everybody here is subscribed. Hey, we got Ann Dewey in the chat. Howdy, y'all. That's his customary greeting. If Ann Dewey and Logan Hall can be members, you guys can be members. Don't be cheap. Come on. The link is dropped in the chat. Step on over to the memberships and make sure that I saw that, by the way, because there were a lot of gifted memberships in August, that some of the memberships did lapse. So if you're one of those people that doesn't have a star next to your name, or you can't comment, it's because you're not a member. And we do have to reward the members here with members only content. So in that case, members are being rewarded with the privilege of commenting today. Diego M in the chat. Wow, 35 viewers and only 650 subs. That's true. That's true. We have one of the highest live stream viewer to subscriber ratio in the history of YouTube. Actually, in the history of YouTube. We've talked about this a lot, right? When someone says, I have 175,000 subs, but they can only get 100 viewers on their live stream and they have to pay to have 400 or 500 bots. Is that really an engaged audience? Or if you have 10,000 subs, but you can barely scrape up 70 people watching. A lot of those people aren't real fans. But if you have 600 subs and you can easily get 40, 50, 60, 70 people tuning into your live stream, you know what that means? It doesn't mean you have good content, because we don't do good content here, but it means that the chat and the people who are watching and the engagement in the audience is off the charts. And that's true. That may suffer a little bit today because it's members only, guys. Sorry, but I have to reward the membership, the folks who have memberships. So if you're a moderator, I think you can also comment. But guys, there's no excuse. Become a member today. All right, there's enough of that. Hey, SE is in the chat. SE is listening on my drive home. Good evening, everybody. What's up, SE? Where are you driving home? Well, actually, don't type in any comments because you're driving. So we don't want you to crash that beautiful Mercedes-Benz that you have. I don't know. I actually don't even know what SE drives. I'm going to assume it's either a Porsche or Mercedes. Because he's in Germany, and I don't know. I'm just going to assume that he supports the German automakers. I don't know why. I just assume he has a Porsche or a Mercedes. He's upvote number 14. Guys, upvote the live stream. Let's get to 20 likes if you're on the mobile device. That's free, by the way. It's free, and non-members are allowed to do it. So let's get to 20 likes. If you're on the mobile device, tap the thumbs up icon. If you're on the desktop, use your squeaky G clickety mouse to click on the thumbs up icon. That Goldfinger in the chat. We're going to see Goldfinger next month. 4 weeks away, guys. We're 4 weeks away from Watchtime New York. We did a private stream yesterday. We had to do a private Zoom call for 3.5 hours to plan all of the events that we're doing for Watchtime New York starting on Wednesday. And we'll be publishing the full itinerary, the full public itinerary, because some of the events are private events. We have so many people that want to see us that some of the events are invitation only. We're trying to cycle through the different people who are coming. So please don't be offended if you're not invited to every single thing. I'm not invited to every single thing. It's true. They're like, hey, OC, you're not invited to this. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. Whatever. No hard feelings. You just got to roll with the punches, guys. You just have to deal with it. So if you're coming to Watchtime New York, or you're coming to New York, October 16th through the 20th, pay attention to my Instagram, pay attention to this YouTube channel, pay attention to the Watch Community channel, because we're going to start to drop hints. We're not going to put together a website where we say, here, go here and click on this to register. You're just going to have to fucking watch. You watch religiously, okay, to stay up to speed on what's going on. Because if I say, listen, Watch Community event Thursday, 11:30 a.m. at this place, be there, and click on this link to RSVP, that's it. That's it. That's it. You get your chance. And if you do it, you do it. If you don't, you'll miss it. Don't complain later. Oh, well, I didn't know where to go. I didn't know where to meet up with you. Don't whine like a little bitch. Just watch these shows. Stay tuned religiously. Watch every minute of it. And we will make sure that you have ample opportunity to know what we're doing, when we're doing it, and where. Brody from Los Angeles is in the chat. You're the viewer. You're the viewer to sub ratio dragon. It's true. It's true that the YouTube account managers have done the analysis that this channel actually has. If you look at the number of chats per subs, it's like the highest of any live stream in YouTube. And if you look at the number of live concurrent viewers, like I did a stream a couple days ago, we had 81 viewers, okay, at the peak. I have 640 subs, which means that 12% of the people who are subbed are watching the live stream. Now, if you have 180,000 subscribers, I understand it's impossible to get 12% of the people watching, because that would be a live stream with, 6, 7, 8,000 people. And that doesn't happen. But when they only get 100 people, that shows you that people don't fucking care. It's a bunch of empty subs. They're bots, guys. They are bots. Paid subs. Paid subs. We don't have paid subs here. And I'm also going to ask that you do not gift any memberships. Please, SE was very, very generous last month and gifted a whole bunch of memberships. But I'm going to ask nobody to gift memberships in the month of September. You know why? Because the memberships sometimes go to people who are subscribed but aren't religious viewers. And I want the memberships to go to only people who watch the show. So we have like 600 people subscribed, but only 100 people watch religiously. Like 100, 120 people kind of cycle through. So I'm going to ask that you do not gift any memberships. I'm going to ask that people who watch the program become members. How about that? Cool? Fair enough? Ryan Singer, thank you for upvoting. Thank you for reminding everybody to upvote. That's right, the 650 sub reptilian, not the dragon, just the reptilian. Muhammad Ali is in the chat. Great show. We didn't even do anything. Great show. We didn't do anything yet. Hey, look at this. Look who's a member. Also joining from Germany, Jonathan Quayle Higgins III. It's in the chat. What's up? Got Otto, formerly OC91, in the chat. He's a member. Jonathan Quayle Higgins is a member. You know who else is a member? Solvents. Hey, OC. Holy shit, there's 46 people watching already. I've only been on the air for like 15 minutes. That's awesome. Guys, let's get to 30 likes. 30 likes on the stream. We're going to be talking about, by the way, Jonathan, did you see the opening theme that I showed? Pretty cool, huh? I got to tell you, we were talking about the theme from Rockford Files the other day, and I was thinking to myself, like, what are the best? God, there's so many TV show themes that I love from the 70s and 80s. Starsky and Hutch and Chips, and obviously Magnum PI, Miami Vice. I mean, so many. I would have to religiously go through and, like, I could probably name 20 or 30 or 40 Knight Rider, TV themes that I just ingrained in my head that I just love. Some are guitar themed, some are keyboard based. But guys, what are your favorite TV show theme songs? Type them in the chat. And by the way, what are your favorite TV shows where watches may have been featured or prominently displayed? I want to know. Hey, Mohammed says, I got the Snoopy Moon Swatch in white. I have no idea whether it's a tough pickup these days or not. Holy shit, Mohammed is on a tear. He's on a tear, man. He got the white. Yeah, those are hard to get. You can't walk in and get one. Congratulations, Muhammad Ali, man. It's his 50th birthday this year. He got the Vacheron Overseas. He got the Pepsi on Oyster. He got the Jubilee bracelet. He got the Oyster Perpetual in green. And now he got the Snoopy Moon Swatch in white. When is it going to end? When is this fucking run of good luck going to end? Well, I don't want it to end, but... But congratulations again. America in the chat. No, this is not reverse psychology. Do not gift memberships. And I'm actually really, really serious about this. Please do not gift memberships, because the memberships end up going to people who are subscribed, but they're not regular watchers. Luckily, the last time I was live streaming, people were very generous, and they gifted 4 memberships. And they all went to the right people. Genji and, other people, but there's no guarantee. I'm actually going to tell you guys the absolute truth. I will tell you the absolute truth. And that is that, that we went from 152 members to 84 members. Okay. So 80 people, I'm looking at the dashboard right now. I'm not lying. 80 people canceled their memberships. Okay. So that means that while it was very generous to gift memberships, a lot of those memberships went to people who didn't deserve it and didn't appreciate it. So yeah, that's right. 80 people canceled their memberships. So we need to make that up. And that means that every single person who's watching right now who can't chat, please become a member. We've got tomorrow is Miami Vice Day, celebrating 40 years of Miami Vice. Miami Vice is another great TV theme. Absolutely love it. And I love the cars featured in Miami Vice. The white Testarossa. Well, first of all, it was the Black Daytona Roadster. A lot of people forget about that, but the Black Daytona Roadster is as iconic to Ferrari enthusiasts. I'm not a Ferrari enthusiast. My friend growing up, his brother, when he was 28, bought a Ferrari 308 GTB, and so I've been in that Ferrari, and I think I drove it. It was kind of a dog, it wasn't that fast, but it's just so iconic looking. He bought it at that time. I think it was $25,000. But he spent a lot on maintenance. This was 1988. 87 or 88, he bought a 77 or 78 pre-owned 308 GTB. And it's an eye-turner, no doubt about that, but it just wasn't super fast. And the transmission's very hard to shift. Heavy clutch and everything, if I remember correctly. But hey, Jonathan, what's up? Jump on the panel. Guys, anybody can jump on the panel today. Even the trolls. Okay, maybe not the trolls. By the way, the trolls are banned. We're going to keep up our policy. Zero tolerance policy on the trolls. So sorry, but that's just the way it is. And when you get your own channel, you can run it the way you want. But on this channel, it's 0 trolls, except for Logan Hall. Logan Hall, Logan Hall's allowed. OC, can we hire Cam from Cam Consulting Group to put together some slides? Yeah, PowerPoint on the membership churn. Yeah, we'll put together some regression analysis. Guys, there's been tremendous membership churn. We've lost 80 subs and propose new approaches to drive membership. I don't want to drive membership. I only want people to be members if they're watching the stream. I don't want any gifted memberships, guys. So do not gift anything because they end up going to the wrong people that don't appreciate the show. And yes, your money will go to a good philanthropic cause, but that's not good enough. Not good enough. Here we go. Message received loud and clear. He will not be buying 150 memberships. Thank you. Thank you, America. Guys, over 40 people watching. Jump on the panel. We're going to talk about the worst watch YouTubers. Who is the worst watch YouTuber and who is the worst improved? Meaning, like, who's had the most, the biggest slide in the quality of their content over the past couple of years. I want to hear from you. No one told him he needed to prepare slides. That's right. No one told him. Why prepare a presentation when you're making a presentation if no one explicitly told you to? Good point. And Dewey, very good point. Would you say, I mean, I'd have to argue that Magnum PI is one of the catchiest opening TV themes of any show from the 80s. Definitely. The number one TV show theme from the 80s, and I think it's from the 80s. Let me double check and make sure it's from the 80s. Actually, it's not. It's not. It's from the 90s. I was gonna say, Friends, but Friends debuted in 1994. Friends, which I don't like the theme. Let's be honest. I don't like the theme at all. But Friends, I have to say, is the catchiest and probably the most immersed in pop culture of any TV theme of all time. Hey, check this out. Super chat from America 5726. What are your thoughts on the new ombre dials from Rolex? Are they the greatest dials ever made? Please give me your honest thoughts. I gotta tell you, the ombre dials are a smash hit. They are a smash hit. They look phenomenal. They date 40. Let's take a look at the date 40. And immediately, boom, your eye goes to this one. That is sexy AF. Damn, that's sharp. White gold, 40 millimeter, blue ombre. Let me tell you, if they had this in yellow gold, I would be on my request list. I understand why the white gold's attractive. Look at this thing. Look at that dial. It is awesome. So what are my thoughts on it? I really, really, really love this one. There are others that I like too, to be quite... I got to be totally honest with you. I got to be frank and honest. View variations. How come let's choose... How come I can't choose the metal type? What the hell? This blue one is actually nice too, but the blue ombre is killer. Absolutely killer. America, am I giving the right answer, by the way? But you know, a lot of people don't know that in rose gold, there's actually a chocolate ombre. Raise your hand in the chat if you did not know that there's a rose gold ombre. Yeah, let's check it out. So you know that they have this one, which is steel ombre, slate ombre, that they came out with for the 96th anniversary of the Academy Awards, right? But what you don't know is that there is a... Holy shit, where did it go? Is it only in the 36? Holy shit. Let's go back. What the heck? Date 36. They don't have chocolate ombre in the 40. In the 40. Learn something new every day. Yeah, see, look. Date 36. Brown ombre. Bet you didn't know that. And the slate ombre is not available in the 36. The slate ombre is only on the 40. And chocolate ombre is available on the 36. Huh. And then let's go to the yellow gold. Yellow gold in the 36. And in the yellow gold in the 36, you have green ombre. Green ombre. What's interesting about the 36 is you don't have the regular green. You know, the lacquered gloss green that's available on the Date 840. That's not available on the 36. So you have, for the 36, green ombre. Guys, what do you think of these dials? Back to the chat. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Please upvote the super chat. $6 Million Man. Oh, love that one. Love the show. I loved the show, man. Yeah. A-Team. Once more into the breach. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for being a member. Yeah. Yeah, he also says Mike Post was the king of the themes. Yeah, he was. Mike Post was amazing. He knew how to do a theme. Goldfinger says get smart. Yeah, very memorable. Gen G says cheers. Yeah. From the 80s, that was huge. Where everybody knows your name. Brody throwing down the gauntlet. Not, America, not the greatest styles ever made. Not. N-O-T, not the greatest styles ever made, but the best Rolex styles, hands down. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Thank you, Brody. Guys, we're looking for people who are watching the stream to become members. If you don't have a star next to your name, please become a member. And I would really appreciate it. We dropped 80 memberships. 80. And that's because some of the wrong people were members. But I only want the right people to be members. People who support the stream and want to support great causes. So even if you're a moderator, don't take that for granted, guys. Still become a member. OC, did you know that Magnum PI had a different music in episodes 1 through 11? Yeah. Yeah. Do you want me to pull? I'm afraid if I pull it up, I'll get a copyright strike on those. So what I will do is on the next stream that I do, I will play the Magnum PI theme from the first season. Yeah. As a matter, I listened to it this morning, as a matter of fact, because I was going through the different channels looking for the theme. Yep, totally different theme. I do know that. Most people, and it's not the iconic one that everybody is the iconic theme with which everybody's familiar. Yep. Hey, Alex. What's up, Alex? That's a really nice dial. It must be a platinum day date. Oh, wait. It's just white gold. Yeah, let's go back here. Oops, I don't want to click that. I don't want that. I want to see if that blue ombre is also available in the white gold. Oh yeah, it sure is. Blue ombre Roman. Love it. Absolutely love it. Brody asks, was Magnum PI popular in Germany? That's a good question, Brody. Hey, Johnny O is in the chat. Johnny O says Beretta. Yeah, I bet you a lot of people don't remember Beretta. Beretta's from the 70s. I love TV shows where the main character has like an iconic car. And that's like, remember Vegas? Man, I loved Vegas with that T-Bird, that Thunderbird. Who was the guy? The character was Dan Tana, right? The character name was Dan Tana, but what was the actor's name? What was the guy's name? I'm sure you guys are typing it in the chat. Dude, Dan Tana, cast and crew. What was his name? The fuck? Man, I'm embarrassed. Oh, Robert Urich. Robert Urich. Yeah, not Ulrich, not Robert Ulrich. It's Robert Urich. Yeah, great actor. What happened to him? What happened to that guy? I love that show, Vegas. And the car would go into his like a hideout, and it was on a turntable. It would spin around. What's up, Johnny O? Thanks for representing Chicagoland in the chat today. Luchabetic Mark. Hey, he's back. The king of Sunday morning watch talk is back. He did a stream earlier today, 10 a.m. world time. The baseline from Barney Miller. Oh, I don't remember Barney Miller. I'll go back and listen to that. Oh, he died? Robert Urich died? Oh, that's a shame. What an absolute shame. I love that show. Man, Rolex did some great things this year. Number one, these ombre dials. Number two, putting the deconstructed Romans on the 36 millimeter. Smart. Makes the day dates much more attractive. These 36 millimeter day dates have so many dial configurations. I was watching Watch Eric. I usually do not watch Eric. But Watch Eric did a video, and it's about like what Rolex models are doing well or selling over retail or whatever. And he was talking about the rose gold day date with the white dial. And I think he said also the yellow gold day date with the white dial. He says, "Oh, those are strong." I don't think they're strong. I just think that people are just realizing that those are really, really versatile day dates. The baseline from Nightcore. Yeah. What's up, Watch? It's Brian. Good to see you. Oh, Sanford and Son. Oh, man. You're bringing back memories. Oh man, I just absolutely loved Sanford and Son. Would watch it every day after school. God, so many shows that are way better than the shows that are out today. You know why? Because I'm old and nostalgic. I mean, I know everybody's like, "Oh, go Seinfeld is so great." Yeah, Seinfeld's great. I get it, but like, I Love Lucy. You can go back and watch every episode of I Love Lucy, and man, the writing back then, so good, so good. Lucille Ball, what a national treasure she was. God damn, what a talent. When did I Love Lucy go on the air? Like 57, 58, something like that? Or was it later than that? Since in the 60s? First went on the air 1951. Wow, earlier than I thought. 1951. Man, what a fucking legacy she had. Lucille Ball. Yeah. Can't get any better. You really can't get any better. BW says Mannix. I don't know Mannix. Mission Impossible, everybody knows, but that's that was a TV show, right? Yeah. Kojak. Yeah, Kojak. I remember that car that he had, and he always had like the big red light on top, that big kind of dome siren. It was like it was a Buick Century, like a 1973 Buick Century, and then he would always throw that that red siren on the roof. Uh, a Honda Civic could fucking outrun a Buick Century today. I'm sure that car was a fucking dog. What a boat that thing was. Modern cars are so much faster. I love cars from the 70s. I mean, I grew up next to a Pontiac dealership, so I mean, I just loved cars. I knew every make and every model, and I could spot it from half a mile. I could spot and tell you what the make and model of any car from half a mile away. Guys, it's the original OC channel. Over 50 people watching, which makes no sense at all. Let's get to 35 likes on the stream. Guys, if you're watching right now on the mobile device, tap the thumbs up. Let's get to 35 likes. If you're on the desktop, use your noisy, squeaky G mouse to click on the thumbs up button. Let's get to 35. I also want to remind you to, if you can't chat, if you can't type in the chat, it's because you're not a member. Okay, it's a members only comments today to reward the members. If you have a wrench, you can comment, but I'd really prefer that you become members. So please do that. We're 4 weeks away from Watchtime New York, guys, and we're going to have an amazing time. All of the events are going to be announced soon. I'm going to be hanging out with MJ, Goldfinger, Diego, Boston Collector. So many people. Guys, if you're coming to Watchtime New York, type it in the chat. Say I'm going to be there. Let us know in the chat. Ugh. Let me do a quick cursory review of some of the. See if there's any watch-related news. Usually, there's no news at all on Sundays, which is fine. By the way, I talked about this the other day. I'm not sure if you guys are interested or not. I'm really not that interested. But Rolex with Nick Folds. Nick Folds is the author. Rolex is publishing their first ever official book, and it's a book on the Submariner. I think it's $125. I think you can get it on a discount. Pre-order today. I'm not. Listen. I would never open this. And chapter 1, the origins of the Submariner. I don't know. Rolex CEO so and so called Jacques Cousteau or whatever. Jacques Cousteau said, "I need a dive." Well, who gives a fuck, right? Come on. I mean, I guess if you want to know like all the different variants of all the dial, like Swiss T Swiss or T Swiss T, and this one had this font, and then this one had 2 lines, and this one had 4 lines. The case went from here to here, and then went from an aluminum bezel to that bezel. Yeah, okay. But get the book, guys. Get the book if you want to. It's the official book from Rolex. Not interested. Not interested. Hey, we got Mal in the chat. What's up, Mal? Members only club today. That's right. Members only. Members only chat. Johnny O says, "Do you remember the theme from SWAT?" Yeah, I do. Special Weapons and Tactics, right? A-Team is so good too, man. Love the A-Team. SE says, "I've been a huge fan of Folds' work." Like Diego, yeah. Diego is a very big fan of Nick Folds. SE has a lot of Patek Philippe books. He's a huge book collector. SE has a lot of Patek Philippe books. And he doesn't just put them on the coffee table. He actually dives deep into the learning. I got to appreciate that. I admire that. After we go 1 hour, we're going to turn off members only chatting. So if you're frustrated that you can't type in the chat, you should really become a member. But don't worry, we're gonna turn off members only chatting soon. Mark says, "I had the SWAT theme on 45. Wow. How many times did you play it before you got sick of it? I mean, the theme isn't very long, is it? Hogan's Heroes. Yeah, also MASH too, right? When you think about some of those military comedies or military shows, Hogan's Heroes was very popular. MASH, the theme from MASH. I don't think anybody doesn't know how to hum that one. Books are for nerds. Thank you, Dr. Bob. As he says, "I'll bore you and spite you guys one day by showing them on the stream." Yeah, we're gonna do I'm happy to do a book review. You can go through all of your books, and you can talk about how you bought them, why you bought them, what your some of the favorite pages are. Wow, fireworks going off in the background. or shotgun. Yeah, I'm happy to do. We'll do a whole show just focused on your book collection. There you go. That's right. We'll invite Dr. Bob to the panel. Absolutely. Oh, I didn't know this. The theme from SWAT was #1 on the Billboard singles chart in 1976. Get out of town. Oh, I did not know that at all. If anybody wants to jump on the panel, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. Feel free to jump on. I'm too young. I'm too young for SWAT. Nah, maybe. I was 5. I remember some songs from 1976, but yeah, too young to remember the SWAT. I'm too young to remember SWAT charting in 1976, but I definitely do remember the show. Dukes of Hazzard too. Love the Dukes of Hazzard. Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. By the way, Lucha, thank you for the song recommendation. I will pull it up later. We were talking on Lucha stream about his favorite songs. He said he thought that his favorite heavy metal song of all time was "Rapid Fire" by Judas Priest on British Steel. I'll check it. I'm not familiar with that one, so I'll check it out. Merle Haggard. That's right. Merle Haggard's one of those names that just popular in the 70s and 80s, but he was a country artist, right? Did he also do the Smokey and the Bandit theme, Merle Haggard, or was that the guy who played what was his name? Who was the guy? Gosh, my mind escapes. Jerry Reed. Jerry Reed was the singer of the Smokey and the Bandit theme song. Eastbound and Down. Eastbound down, loading up and trucking. We're gonna do what they say can't be done. Sing it. I won't sing it. You can sing it to yourselves. Jerry Reed. Merle Haggard, but yeah, Waylon Jennings on the Jerry Reed on Smokey and the Bandit, and then Waylon Jennings on Dukes of Hazzard. What a great theme that is. Yeehaw! At the end. Jumping the bridge. OC lives in Trenton, apparently, according to the background gunplay. I don't know what's going on. It sounds like shots. I don't know. Are they killing a deer? We have a lot of deer in my neighborhood. Suburban New Jersey. Lots of greenery. It is the Garden State. Once More Unto the Breach says, my first album, my first LP, long play. LP stands for long play, guys. My first long play album I ever bought was K-Tel record called Star Trackin' 76 because it had the theme from SWAT. Really? Let's check it out. let's check that out. Here we go. Does this look familiar? Let me move myself to the side here. Boom. Star Trek in 76. This one's the Ronco version. Is this the same one or is this different? That's it? That's it? That's it? Wow. Featuring The Who, the Jackson 5. The Ohio Players, Melissa Manchester, and Casey and the Sunshine Band. Star Trekkin' 76. Guys, what are some of your favorite albums from the 70s, if you're old enough to remember? Favorite albums or favorite album covers? So that's a way of baiting Lucha. If I say, like, what's your favorite album cover? It's like, already he's got like 4 or 5 album covers. It's like, oh, well, Screaming for Vengeance. See, I kind of British. I know how to bait. If he baited me earlier, so baiting him back is fair play. But I'm baiting everybody. What do you guys? Your favorite album cover or favorite album that you bought? What was the first album that you bought? I'll pull it up. Only for members. Favorite album covers. Let's see here. See, some of these album covers I don't even know. So if I see an image, I don't even know if it's the right cover or not. What is this? This is... Ow! Ow! Quadrophenia. Yeah, you misspelled quadrophenia, Dr. Bob. You must not be a fan of The Who. You are not a fan. So you may know the album cover, but you don't know how to spell the album name. This is a different album. You're talking about Quadrophenia. This is The Who Quadrophenia, and you're asking for Quadrophenia. I don't know Quadrophenia, but I do know Quadrophenia, and this is it. What are some of the other ones, guys? Some of the other ones. Do you guys know this one? Genesis. Trick of the Tail. You had this album growing up, Goldfinger? Yeah. Check this one out. Yeah, Molly Hatchet. Flirting with disaster. A lot of good comments in the chat. Stones, Sticky Fingers. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. Yep. Good, good. Good comments, guys. Hey, Mal's in the chat. Mal says, hey, community. I need help. Community, let's help him out. My authorized dealer told me he can help me get a normal piece while I wait for a more desirable piece. Would you go for a bluesy Cermet, a green dial Datejust, or a two-tone white dial Daytona? It's a really, really good question. By the way, we're gonna go off of members only mode in 3 minutes. But I really would appreciate if everybody who's watching became a member. Let's see. Well, the thing is, the bluesy, the Cermet, and the two-tone white dial Daytona are all sports pieces. The green dial Datejust is not a sports piece. So are you 100% sure that those pieces are considered normal pieces? Like, I don't think a white dial Daytona, even two-tone, is considered a normal piece. I think there's a chance that once you get that one, the manager of the AD will say, listen, well, Mal already got a piece. So let's wait 6 months until he gets the other one. So you gotta be careful. What's the piece that you're waiting for? Your more desirable one. And we want to make sure we give you the best possible advice. But the bluesy is expensive. I wouldn't put the bluesy at the top of my list. The Cermet is a no-brainer because that one sells for over retail. Green dial Datejust is I would pass. And the two-tone white dial Daytona, I'd only get that one if you plan on keeping it. Those are probably selling for 10% over retail. Maybe 10, 15% over retail. Let's see what you guys say in the chat. Diego says, hold strong. Don't buy what you don't want. Good point. America says, the bluesy, the Cermet, the two-tone Daytona are all great. He left out the Datejust. He left out the green Datejust. He's waiting for a steel Daytona or Oysterflex Daytona. Okay. In that case, you don't want to get the two-tone Daytona because it's going to be over. It's going to have two Daytonas. I say you don't need. I don't think you need the bluesy. If you don't have a Submariner and you really like the Cermet, I think the Cermet's probably your choice. If it's a big if it doesn't slow down the wait for the Daytona. And you might want to ask them that. You might just want to ask them. And boom, members only mode is off. So feel free to comment in the chat now. Try it out. Make sure it works. You know, go gray. No, I don't think he wants those pieces. Mal, you don't want those pieces, do you? Just because your SA says, oh, well, you know, while you're waiting, you can get these other pieces. Yeah, whoop-de-fucking-do. I mean, you should, if you don't want those pieces, don't buy them. I say skip all of them, except the Cermet. If you want the Cermet, if you've wanted the Cermet, don't buy it. I don't have a Submariner. Don't need it. Do not need it. And Dewey says the Datejust and the Daytona are a good two and done. It's a good point. Two and done. I don't like the clasp on the Datejust. Sorry. Hey, we got DL Farms. DL Farms. Sorry, man, you couldn't comment for the first hour, but you're not a member, so but you should be. You really should be. Come on. Pony up the $4.99. Dropping the link in the chat. So if you don't have a star next to your name, please become a member. What? Oh, big news. I took myself off the list for the Steel Daytona. With what watch did he replace it? Yep. By the way, Chuck Mangione, Feels So Good. Yeah, what a song that was. That was a huge hit. My dad had that, had the album. That was a massive hit in 1977. It was instrumental, right? Instrumental. It was just the horn. Like it was a French horn that he used. It wasn't a saxophone. Can't remember. But it was instrumental. Very, very rare to get an instrumental song to chart as high and to be as popular as that one was. Yep. It came out in February 1978. It was recorded in 1977, but it came out in 1978 as a single, and it hit number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. Feels So Good by Chuck Mangione. Hey, we got Chili Badger in the chat. Chili Badger, moderator, co-producer on the Tea and Ticker stream. Good to have you with us. Greetings, folks. My vote for 70s theme tune is Hawaii Five-0. That's right. Hawaii Five-0. I also love the Love Boat. I love the Love Boat theme. It's the Flugelhorn. The Flugelhorn. Is that a thing? Is that was the actual name of it? Hey, Seb Nelly, what's up? Good to see you. Hey, Dear Artifact in the chat. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Yep. Everyone who's a subscriber now can comment in the chat. We had members only chat for the first hour. And we're back. Thank you very much. Please do not gift memberships, guys. I talked about this at the beginning of the show, but do not gift memberships. We're down. We had 80 people cancel their memberships. So that means that some of the memberships were going to the wrong people. People who did not appreciate the show. And while your membership dues did go to a good cause, I really want to make sure that memberships go only to the people who deserve it. So please don't gift any memberships. Instead, the people who don't have a star next to their name should buy their own membership. How about that? Thank you, dear Artifact. It's a beautiful day today. Absolutely gorgeous day. I'm going to keep going for another 30 minutes, maybe. Actually, we're going to go to 1:30 US time. So hang out with me, have some fun. Jump on the panel if you want. Steer the show into an entirely different direction. Buckley says, I want the white steel Sky Dweller. That's the Archie. It's the Bondage and Discipline Archie. I also told him I'd take green. It's time to buy watches that suit me. Yeah, well, that watch suits you for sure. Yeah, you had the white dial two-tone, and it looked amazing on you. And I think the white Sky Dweller is the best Sky Dweller. The reason why I like that one is because it has the white text on the dial, and everything is monochromatic, which I happen to like. And and the date wheel and everything matches. So there you go. Fucking awesome. This is a great watch. Everything about it just, I mean, I still don't like the size of the indices. I don't like the complication. So, but those issues aside, I love the fact that the date wheels is white. It matches the dial, which matches the sub dial, which matches the index white. Very clean and fucking monochromatic. Reminds me a lot of the Oyster Perpetual 39 in white. Dr. Bob's Nightmare. Thank you for trying out the custom emojis, guys. We have 5 custom emojis available. We have Barossa, we have McDonald's, and then we have 3 watch brand custom emojis: AP, the Rolex Coronet, and the Patek Philippe Calatrava Cross. Hey, Pooley, thank you, man. Pooley is Alexander. Can I call you Alex, or do you prefer Alexander? Let me know. I don't want to call you Alex. I don't want to be informal. If that's not appropriate. Pooley, by the way, I know everybody knows this, has a Rolex Cosmograph Daytona Le Mans in white gold. That's right. Pooley, jump on the stream and show it. I'm going to drop the link. Special link for Pooley only. Guys, do not click on this special link that I'm dropping in the chat. This is for Pooley only and nobody else. Pooley famously unboxed his Le Mans on our previous affiliated channel. But he's one of 3 people in our community that has the Le Mans. It's Pooley, Marcelo, Jeff. Oh, and Father Artifact. 4. We have 4 people who got the Le Mans. So you're in good company, Pooley. You were the first to get it. Then Marcelo got it in Japan, and then Father Artifact got it. Then Jeff. Where is the Chopard emoji? Okay, I'll do a Chopard emoji. On Instagram, send me the picture that you want as a Chopard emoji, and I'll make it for you, Alex. And yes, he's confirming that he's. Are you joking? Do you want to be called Alex or Alexander? I mean, I don't know. I mean, sorry. I mean, my essay's name is Alex, so sometimes he's from Germany too. I was gonna call my son Alexander. Alexander's my son's middle name. Because that's how much I love the name Alexander. So my son's middle name is Alexander. Hey, Martin Johansson's in the chat. Hello, Earthlings. Mal is trying out the Calatrava cross. Thank you. Pooley, thank you for becoming a member, man. I appreciate it. Everyone calls me Alex. So in other words, you don't like that. Everyone calls me Alex. All good. No. In other words, you want to be called Alexander. Fine. Alexander it is. Jump on the stream. If he jumps on the stream and shows me the Le Mans or his Chopard. He has a whole bunch of Chopards, actually. The white gold, Mr. Ghost is in the chat. Mr. Ghost, become a member. White gold date 840 with the meteorite dial and baguette indices is the best day date in my opinion. Wow, that's probably not a super popular opinion. I mean, I love the very sterile and clean look of it. Don't get me wrong. But white dial? Oh, meteorite dial. Sorry. Did I say white? Not white, meteorite. You know who has this in platinum? George V. George V has this in platinum. With the smooth dial, I believe. What do you guys think of this one? White gold meteorite with diamond baguettes. It's pretty good. Thank you, Alexander. I'll make that emoji for you. Probably the best Rolex in the catalog. Maybe. These is fighting words. Watches on wood. Why pay the extra for platinum when it looks the same as white gold? Oh man. That cuts like a knife. Watches on wood. Yeah, it is hard. Hard to justify. Hard to justify for sure. There's a big price difference, right? Big price difference. $20,000 price difference. In white gold, I gotta tell you, I gotta be totally honest with you. There's a lot of dials I like better than meteorite. Let's go through them all. Bright black, no. Slate, no. It looks like a date just. Bright blue. Shout out to Bright Blue Comet, by the way. I texted with Bright Blue Comet today. He's back in New York. Doxed. Setting up a dinner with Bright Blue Comet. Bright blue Roman. I like it. Blue ombre Roman. Love it. Olive green. I like the rose gold with olive green. And I like platinum with olive green, but I like this one. White Roman. Love it. Bright black with diamonds. Don't like it. Silver with diamonds, nope. Meteorite with diamonds, it's okay. Mother of pearl with diamonds. I actually think this is better looking than meteorite. I know it's not considered masculine, but I think it's better looking. And then you got pave. Expensive. Pave. Mal, welcome to the show. What's up?
Hey, OC, you okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you
Just make
fine.
sure YouTube is off. Make sure your YouTube is off, that you're only in the StreamYard on your browser, or else you'll hear a delay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm on my phone, so I don't know how well that's going to work.
No, works fine. We can hear you perfectly. What's up? How you hanging this afternoon or evening, I should say?
Yeah, it's evening in the UK. Yeah, it's good. It's okay, thank you. How's it going with you?
Not too bad. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. So tell us a little bit about your AD here, saying that you could pick up a piece. So you want a steel Daytona.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Who doesn't?
Who doesn't exactly? Yeah.
What do you have? What do you tell us a little bit about what you have in the collection already?
So I've got a grey dial Datejust. I've got a Batman.
Okay.
Not a Batman, not with the Jubilee. Yeah, the Oyster.
Okay. Is it a 126 or a 116?
1-2. 1-2.
1-2. You got the modern one.
Yes. Yeah. I've got.
You have so many watches you can't even remember them.
Yeah. No, so I'm just trying to fiddle with my phone here because I was gonna. Let's see if I can get my camera working. Is that working?
All right. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, hold on a second. Oh, you got the Oyster Perpetual with the Tiffany turquoise blue. Oh shit. Patek Philippe Calatrava 6119 with the beautiful slate white gold with the slate dial.
Yeah.
Man, this is wow, beautiful. Is that a 41 or 36?
41.
41.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. You have an amazing collection.
Yeah. So I thought, as you wanted Poulion and to show the Le Mans, I'd try and do. I mean, obviously not quite as good, but put something on screen at least.
Thanks for hopping on, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so that's a great, small but powerful collection. I mean, the Batman on Oyster, gray dial Datejust. What's the configuration? The smooth or fluted?
Fluted.
Fluted. And is that Oyster or Jubilee?
Jubilee.
Jubilee. That's good combination there. So Batman.
Yeah.
A really, really good Datejust. A Patek Philippe Calatrava 6119, which is absolutely gorgeous, no doubt about it, and an Oyster Perpetual 41 with a turquoise blue dial. These are all not easy to get watches. And is your Patek Philippe dealer the same as your Rolex dealer?
Yeah, luckily. So they only sell Tudor, Rolex and Patek. So and I have some Tudors as well, but I know.
Damn.
I don't want you to feel sick, OC,
I'm just
and
kidding.
shut down the stream.
No, tell us about the Tudors. Tell us about the
Tudors. No way. I'm not going to do that with you on here. No.
Come
way.
on. Listen, I don't bite. And I'm not gonna have an epileptic seizure. Tell us. Listen, we really do want to know. We're curious. What do you have?
Okay. So I got. I got the ones that everyone gets pretty well. So I got the Black Bay 58, the blue.
Okay. And did you get that in the beginning, like 2019, like when it came out, or did you wait?
Yeah,
Okay, you got it.
no, I got it as soon as it came out. Yeah, pretty well. So
Okay, okay. So you like the look of it, and you
yes,
still have it.
yeah, I still have it. I
Good.
actually really like those watches because you don't have to baby them. Like,
Yeah, because they're
like,
worthless, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, the Tudor Black Bay 58, good choice. I had one of those. I never wore it, but you actually wear yours. What else do you have?
And I got the Black Bay Pro.
Oh, I love that watch.
I could tell.
Oh,
I could
whoa.
tell. I
I
don't
even
know.
forgot
Here
what
you
it
go.
looks like, to be honest with you.
Let me
Black
remind
Bay.
you. Here you go.
Hold on a second. Okay. All right. Here it is.
Stunning.
Oops. Wrong.
Yeah, don't put the Daytona up next to it. That's not going to help.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, and you put it on a really, really, what's the word? Ugly. I mean, interesting strap. What is that? An orange NATO?
Yes, an orange rubber
Oh,
NATO,
for
basically. I
fuck's
mean,
sake.
it's the strap this watch was born for, right?
God, I really hope that someone who appreciates these watches would jump on and help counterbalance my terrible negativity. Holy shit, you have one of those?
Yeah. Now those you don't see very often, do you?
No.
There you go.
When did you pick that one
So
up?
yeah. Yeah, that I picked up, oh man, 4 years ago now. Maybe it must, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure it's 2020. It was pandemic year. Yeah.
Tell the audience about that one. A little bit about the brand, where you bought it, and why you bought it.
Yeah, so I obviously I live in the UK, and Garrick is a UK brand, and I heard about them once. I think it was on a Tim Mosso live stream, or that show that he used to do. I don't know if he still does it, um, and he talked about them on there. So I looked them up, and they were a bit more reasonably priced back in 2020. And I called up the guy, to find out about them, and he told me about how, it's all sort of handmade, really. Um, and you could design it how you wanted it, and he'll make me a piece that nobody else would have. So, I fell for the sales patter, and I bought one.
Hmm.
Took 6 or 9 months to make. It took ages for it to come through.
How much did it
Yeah,
set you back?
I think it was £5,000.
Woo. Okay, so not insignificant at all. Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that's
and I think they're seven-ish now. I think so. They've gone up a chunk, but yeah.
Do you question from Dear Artifact in the chat? Do you travel much? Is there an opportunity for you to start a relationship with an authorized dealer elsewhere? The UK, as he understands it, is incredibly hard market to compete for a steel Daytona. Yeah, but you seem to be doing very, very well with your authorized. By the way, who is it? Watches of Switzerland, or is it?
No,
You don't have to share if you don't want to.
yeah. I'll just say it's not one of the bigger chains. It's a
Okay, so it's
smaller
a
chain.
smaller family-owned chain. That's cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool. Good. I mean, you're definitely on your way. And funny, sarcastic comment from Watches on Wood. Did you buy the Calatrava to get moved up on the wait list for the Tudors?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly that. Yeah. Very good.
No, that's great to have Patek, Rolex, and Tudor all in the same place. But what year did you buy the Calatrava?
So I bought that. That was last year. Yeah, that was
Last
last
year.
year. It was around, I think, March time last year. Um, and yeah, they don't actually sell them in Pateks in this particular branch. They sell it as part of their wider network, but not in this
Right.
particular branch. And we were just talking about it, and I always said that I wanted to get what I see as the ultimate dress watch. Um, and he kind of went off and spoke to the Patek guys over wherever, and I just got a call randomly one, I think it was a Wednesday or Thursday or something. Shot down there the next day, and I mean, it's a fantastic watch. I know they cost a lot of money and they lose a lot of money on the grey market, but I love that watch, and I love the idea of being able to pass that down to my kids. So I to be honest, I need a second one, which is the excuse that I'm telling my wife, but otherwise they're going to have to split it in half. But I like the idea of passing it down.
A second Patek Philippe dress watch, or a second Patek Philippe?
Well, a second Patek, I think. I mean, but I mean, they're so hard to get, aren't they? So getting one is pretty difficult, let alone two.
Yeah, I mean, it was good of your branch and your SA and your SA manager to your AD manager to basically reach out to the home team and say, hey, we have a client who wants the Patek Philippe, even though he's a customer of our branch or our location. Is it okay? Because that's the nimbleness of having a small independent versus a chain. The chain might not have that flexibility. If it were a Bucherer or Watches of Switzerland, it might be like, nope, sorry, those are allocated by store, and we can't move stuff over from store to store.
Yeah. No, I think he did work quite hard to try and sort it out for me, and obviously back, I suppose it's only last year, but they're a bit more difficult to get. I think that you might be able to get one a bit easier now. I don't know.
Yep.
But yeah.
So in theory, you have a steel Daytona on your list for Rolex, and then you also have another Patek Philippe that you've officially requested, or you?
Yes, I haven't asked for another one yet. I think I would like to get another one. I just don't know what that would be.
Is it because you're afraid that are they too expensive, or you don't too much of a financial hit? What is it? Or you just haven't found one that is perfect, resonates perfectly for you? What is the deal?
Yeah, I guess I haven't found one that really sings to me in the price range that I would like.
Oh yeah,
to spend.
That's the problem with Patek is like you could easily see a watch that you like, and then you look at it and go, oh,
Yeah.
104,000. Oh, nope, I don't love it anymore.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the challenge. I think some of the Sam & Dahl ones I really like, but
yeah, Sam & Dahl Patek would be great for you because that Rolex doesn't make anything that looks anything like that. So very, very cool. Yeah, I mean you have a pretty impressive collection, if I may say so. And
thanks.
So let's go back to your original question. You're like, hey, I can get a bluesy, I can get another Datejust, I can get a yellow and gold Daytona, or I can get what was the last one?
Yeah, it was Cermet, yellow and gold Daytona, bluesy.
Yeah, Cermet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, definitely, I would be like, hey, get the Cermet if they know that you're not going to be able to get a steel Daytona for a while. That's a cool thing to get while you're waiting. If unless they're going to hold it against you, like, hey, Mal got the Cermet, so screw him. We'll give the Daytonas to other people for the next year and a half, kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I did ask that because I also said, like, if I get a two-tone Daytona, is that my Daytona? And if that's the case, I don't want it. And he's like, no, it's if you've got a steel Daytona, we're not going to get you another steel one. But if you got a two-tone or you got a gold, you can still get a steel, right? That was their kind of logic. So
it's a little bit of a cage. It's a little bit of a cagey answer because, of course, you can get them, but the answer is, will it delay?
Yeah,
when I get it.
Yeah, and he was quite honest with me. He said, it is going to take, like, we're working our way through the list, whatever that means, right? But we should be able to get you on, but it's going to take some time. If you sounds like
they're being honest. I'll be honest. It sounds like they're being very upfront with you, saying, "Listen, we got a lot of people ahead of you. you're not going to get it anytime soon. So tell you what, if you want some other things, you should tell us what they are.
Yeah, yeah, he was. Yeah, I think. Look, he wants to make a sale as well. I get it. I think the pieces that he was mentioning aren't the most desirable in the world, but I'm also looking to. I haven't added a watch to my collection since I bought the Patek. Right, that was the last one I bought, so that was
Oh
last
well,
year.
God forbid you haven't bought a watch since then.
Exactly.
I mean, that's a dumb reason. Like, come on, no one should feel pressured to buy a watch every year. I kind of dread getting calls, but I want to. I think now we're all in a position to be very, very picky and very selective and very discerning when it comes to buying a piece that we don't absolutely positively need. And let's be honest, at this point, we don't need. And your collection is awesome, small, compact, and awesome. The idea that you need to add to it just for the sake of adding to it is ridiculous. So.
Yeah, I know, but this is more of a sickness than it is a hobby, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
It doesn't help joining these streams either and seeing other people unbox watches. Even if it's not a watch that you want, it reminds you of that feeling of getting, the watch that you want and unboxing it, and it makes you kind of want it more.
Yep. And then the Rolex that you want is this one. You want the white dial, of course, right?
Do you know what? I am not actually that fussed, honestly. And I know that sounds like, oh, of course, he would take the white dial, because I would, because it's worth more. But as I don't plan to sell it, I like the black one. I really like the black one, so I wouldn't be disappointed.
Black dial is awesome, no doubt about it. D Artifact says, good to hear that you're working with a smaller AD. In my experience, that could play to your advantage. Yeah, sounds like you're not doing bad, and you sound like a successful guy that has that is a loyal customer and with good long-term lifetime customer value, so to speak. So you're going to be around for a while, and be loyal to the dealership, and they know you have the bug.
Yeah, I don't, because I've only ever bought from this AD, so I have been loyal, but I don't know whether it's a bit of a kind of a loyalty trap sometimes, you know. So I don't know. Look, I think I've done all right out of my AD relationship, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, I mean, well, I'd like to see that steel Daytona at some point, and yeah, and I've been waiting on that for a little while. But yeah, they have been good.
Yep, yeah, they've been treating you good, and you've got an amazing collection. Great taste. What else? Do you see anything else from any other brand? I mean, your AD is limited to those three brands, but have you ever considered buying something outside of those three?
Yeah, I was looking at
and the Garrick. You have the Garrick, obviously.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that was my kind of little independent. Yeah, I was looking at the White Dial Omega Speedmaster. A big Speedmaster fan. I always thought I would have one of those, but I don't know. It seems a lot of money to go, on a watch just to, I don't know, tick a box. Whereas I could put that towards a bigger watch fund and get a more desirable piece. So I don't know, but yes, I've been looking at that. And yeah, otherwise I'm really just looking at Rolexes and Pateks these days.
There you go. Yeah. All good.
Yeah, Boston saying, how do you abstain from purchasing a watch for a whole year? Tell me about it, Boston.
Yeah, if Boston doesn't buy a watch in 6 weeks, he goes nuts.
Yeah, I think he's like a shark, right? If your shark stops swimming, it dies. It's like Boston doesn't buy a watch every few weeks. He'll just collapse.
Standard speedies are a ton of money now. It's crazy how much the MSRP is inflated on those. Yeah, they've gone up quite a bit. Yeah, they're now 8,100 US. I remember when I first got into the hobby, like 4.5 years ago, these were routinely $5,000 watches. And when the Sapphire Sandwich came out, the new version, the 3861, I think that was the first time it had cracked $6,000. It was like maybe 6,150 or something like that. Maybe a little bit higher than that. But in secondary, obviously, these were going for 3,000-4,000 US.
Yeah.
And perfect timing. By the way, I want to. Oh, look, here we go. You can add yourself whenever you want. MJ's in the chat. What's up, MJ? Good afternoon, everyone. Good to see you. I want to formally welcome Boston Collector as well. Thank you for being here. Guys, if you have a star next to your name, you are a member. Thank you very much. Buckley, hello.
Hello. What's happening?
Not too much. You're in charge for the next minute and a half because I got to go run and get my charger for my laptop. I'll be back.
Okay. Hi, Mal.
Hey, Buckley. How's it going?
How you doing?
Yeah, good. Good.
What time is it over there?
It's 20 to 8.
20 to 8. Okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Where's your Patek, Buckley? Is it on the wrist or
in the drawer?
Okay.
Sitting in the drawer since
I just chucked it in a drawer. Just chucked it in a drawer.
The last date on it is August 28th.
Oh, wow. This has not been one for a while.
Been a long time. I guess that's the way it goes, right?
Yeah. Are you telling everybody that you're bored of it now? Is that what you're trying to subtly hint at?
I'm at a weird spot in watches. I don't know. I'm at a weird spot in watches, and it's probably because I've been focused on other stuff. So in the last 45 days, I don't know if you've heard of it, but I don't know if you heard about it, but I started like a fun Spartan like workout group. I don't know if you've heard about it.
No, I didn't hear about that.
People from the community have been joining. So, we're all honoring our commitments, and we're all trying to put on muscle and lose body fat. I took on playing golf. 2-3 times a week I'm practicing golf for the last couple of weeks. And like maybe 3 weeks ago, I deleted all social media off my phone.
Nice.
So I'm not going to say interest in watches, but my filter is way stronger on what I'm actually interested in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
So before, brands would have offered me 25 watches in a week, there would have been 5 or 10 of them that would have been like, yeah, let's do it. Now it's like there's 2 or 3 from Rolex that if they called, I'd say yes. 2 out of the 3 are nothing burgers that anyone, no one probably wants. And with Patek, I'm kind of okay if they never call me again. So
for now.
For now.
For the next 3 weeks.
The thing is, OC, everyone kind of knows me from the Tim inception, which was right after my wedding, and I had a shoulder injury, and but I'm kind of going back to my old ways, and my old ways don't really call for a watch smaller than this. So Patek is very small. Aquanauts, Nautilus is very small. Very, very expensive. Right? Very difficult to get. And the wifey is starting to have that whole let's pop out kids conversation. So I don't really know how much Patek Philippe, unless they are like handing them over on a carpet, right? And they're like, here, take it. And it's super thin. Not thin, but super easy to deal with. Sure. But it's going to be very one way, on their part, which is never going to happen because who the fuck am I? But like going there every couple of months and scheduling appointments and I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I turned down 2 watches this week, and I turned down an AP last month. Just way less interested.
Wow. Nobody's offering me any watches to turn down. They're throwing them at you.
I don't know if it's the demand or the interest, but the market's definitely changing because I could give you guys the stories. You don't have to believe me, right? I think I already told one of them, but I'm not trying to get watches. Like I walked in one day, one day it was super hot in the city, and it was like I think it was a day or two after my 30th birthday. I was working in New York City, and it was like 95 degrees. And in the group chat, I'm like, I need a fucking glide lock. I can't walk around with the date just, I'm swollen as shit. I need a glide lock. I need it back in my life, right? I walked into a store, and the guy's like, oh, we have the Submariner available. Give it to me. Right? There's no list. It's available. And he had 4 sports pieces available, and he had like 10 date justs available. This is New York City, right?
Wow.
Then Friday, I had lunch, at a place that's next door to AP. Walked in there. They looked up my name. They're like, oh, we see you're registered with AP House with this person. But if you haven't bought anything yet, we have this available, and we have other things that will be available next week. It's like, what? So just fuck that guy over for right now because you can't sell the watch? Okay, no problem. Yesterday, I go with my friend because he's getting married in November. So he's like, oh, I need to get a suit. What do you recommend? I'm like, I kind of want to get a suit too. Let's go to Suit Supply. Right? Suit Supply. It's in a certain place. I go up the escalator, which is near a Bucherer. The guy at Bucherer sees me, waves. I don't see him. He sends me a text. Hey, come in the store. I want to show you something. So I'm sitting in Suit Supply as we're going through our hour thing. Like, oh, fuck, I wonder what he's got. Because when you get that text message, you're like, what do they got? So he brings out Oyster Flex Daytona.
Oh, man.
He's like, this is yours if you want it. And I put it on. And I'm like, I don't. He's like, I know you asked for the steel Daytona, right? I'm like, yeah, I asked for the steel Daytona. He's like, it doesn't seem like you really like the Daytona. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. He's like, well, we're kind of doing things differently. He's like, you can request any watch you want. You have enough history with us. And once we give you a watch, it's like 6 to 12 months where we can't allocate you another one. So he's like, if you really want that, I can get it for you. And I'll have it for you the next few months. But be sure about it because it might not be until beginning of 2026 where you get another watch. And I thought about that. I'm like, in a world where everything's in the case and I can get, if 90% of the catalog's on the table, I can get any of the watches. Shit, he might have called my bluff. I don't think a Panda Daytona is what I'm picking.
Yeah.
So it's been weird. I also done, last month, me and the wife go gallivanting, and I'll always strategically pick a spot where there's a watch store so I have something to do. Because, I don't want to go to Home Goods, right? I don't know if they have Home Goods in the UK. So I'll always pick a spot, and I'll go in there and talk to them. And, I used to tell her, Like, don't say anything. Put on a poker face. If you really like it, don't tell them. If you hate it, don't tell them. Now I'm like, just say whatever the fuck you want. Tell me what you actually like when I put it on the wrist. And in the last 4 or 5 months, 6 months maybe, there's only 2 watches where she saw them on me and she's like, that's really, really nice. One was the AP that Double Crown got, same one as the OC, the white AP. And the other one was the Black Explorer 2.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm kind of I have a much stronger filter. I've turned down way more watches this year than I ever have, and yeah, I pulled myself off the Panda Daytona list yesterday. Crazy, I know. What kind of an idiot does that?
Yeah, but you replace it with a watch that's not almost equally as hard to get.
He told me it's way easier. He told me it's way easier to get a Sky Dweller.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He said green is up there. He's like, blue is right below green, but the Sky Dweller, all in all, is a lot easier to get than the Panda. But he's like, that's not how we even do it anymore. He's like, it's kind of like watches in Switzerland now, where you register for a watch, they take into account to who you are, what you've done, and if you qualify, then you qualify, and when it comes in, you'll get it. If you don't qualify, they'll tell you, right? OC, you got to go back to Bucher and talk to them because they're changing. He also told me, because we were there for like an hour talking to him, and I've opened him up a little bit. And one of the common themes that you'll hear from a lot of essays at other brands is they either hate another Rolex store or they hate AP. Always one of the two. Sometimes both. So he's like, you want to see this email I got today? I'm like, sure. The CPO program at Bucher, OC, I think his name is David, who runs it all.
The CPO program?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We've met him.
Yep.
He emailed this guy because it's New York based, and he's like, take a look at this. This is what's coming in. And he saw the email. He's like, this is fucking weird. He's like, do you know why? Like, do you know what's going on out there? He's like, I haven't been to an AP boutique in ever. He's like, do you know what this is about? I looked at the email. It was probably about 25, 30 APs, all 2024. Spider-Man, yellow gold jumbo, skeletons, ceramics. People are literally going to AP, taking their watches, unworn, and walking across the street and flipping them into Time Machine to trade them in towards Rolex and Patek. If you guys go to Bucher right now, I don't know if they're up on the site yet. Let me look. You're going to see a whole bunch of 2024 basically unworn, hardest watches to get in the world from AP on their site, on the Bucher pre-owned. You know what the first one was for 400,000 OC? CPO, you can get it. Take a guess.
White ceramic perpetual?
Spider-Man.
Well, Spider-Man? Okay. It's expensive for Spider-Man.
Well, it's Bucher pricing. But if you factor in buy price plus the 20%, plus the people that got that probably at Rolex and Patek, they're already way up, what they traded it in for in exchange, we're talking about maybe rainbow Daytonas, platinum Daytonas, 5990s, 5980s.
Yeah.
So it's been interesting. It's been an interesting couple of days, interesting couple of months.
The last time I did talk to Bucher, they did say that things were changing. They said that the process was getting simplified, that there were a lot less requirements in terms of being well-rounded to get certain watches. Like before, it used to be like, oh, well, have they bought a car left Bucher? Have they bought a brand other than Rolex? Have they bought jewelry? And like a whole bunch of how much have they spent? All that stuff. And now it's a lot they did something to basically simplify that, and basically
they all got new work phones too.
Well, Bucher they did because they caught people doing stuff on their personal phones.
And the work phones, everything is registered.
Everything's registered in Salesforce. So Salesforce.com tracks every communication that they have with customers on the work phones, and then the work phones stay in the vault at night, and they don't leave the store. So
you guys, they're not up yet. I guess they didn't upload the inventory, but you're going to see live on Bucher's site 2025 of the hardest to get APs in the world, 2024 cards. And they're going to be sitting in Time Machine. They're going to be sitting in the Vegas location. But it's just crazy because they're not telling us anything is changing, but we're watching the prices fall and we're seeing a lot of crazy movement. It's like things are changing. I don't care what anybody says. I don't know a market going up, down, sideways, but things are definitely changing. Because that's pretty fucking crazy. I mean, OC, when like a Spider-Man AP, AP knows exactly where those watches went, and you should
absolutely, yeah.
You're taking that and you're bringing it into Bucher, and they're putting it on their site. They're going to figure out where that came from. But that tells me the AP customers may have already gotten the nod. Like, we don't really give a fuck what you do with the watches. Just please come back and buy more.
Well, that watch is from two years ago. It's right. So it's no longer super hot, like right out of the gate.
Yeah. So been weird. Mal, it's been weird. So yes, the Patek to come back. The Patek is sitting in the drawer. For now.
Yeah. Pepsi. Wow.
I have mine in my watch box. I wear it probably once every 5 or 6 days.
Yeah. I was doing that too. I was wearing it once a week, but I haven't been wearing it in a while.
No.
Do you, Buckley? Do you get the magazines coming? Because you bought of course you bought yours from the AD. So
no, and they told me I was going to get them, and I haven't gotten anything.
Oh man, yeah, I get I think I get one every couple of months or whatever.
I get Tiffany magazines.
Okay, all right, so maybe you're on that mail.
Yeah, but that's just probably marketing material. I don't get Patek magazines, but I was talking to SE and somebody else, and they were telling me it's extremely common for them to kind of like you got to almost beg to be on the list to get the Patek catalogs in the mail.
Yeah,
I don't. And what am I going to do with it anyway if I get it? Like, yeah, I've seen that before.
I haven't opened it up. It sits there.
I get letters as well every now and again, and it says, "Do you still own?" Like, here's your magazine. Hope you're. And it gives like a little questionnaire to send back. How many watches have you bought? But it says, "Do you still own?" And it lists your watch at the top. Which I think is quite interesting. I think that they're trying to track if customers still own their watches or if they've moved them on or what.
I don't even know if they are, dude. I mean, maybe, but I feel like it's loosening up so much that, I mean, we're at a point where if people don't take watches they've bought, move them to buy more watches from the ADs, they're not going to sell the watches, and I think they know that. Because it's saturated. Like, there's only so many watches you can own total before, you reach a level where you have to liquidate because what are you doing?
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah. I mean, I was quite surprised when I was at the AD earlier today that they had that blue deep sea, the solid gold blue deep sea in the window.
Is it available?
I was like, yeah, and I obviously they don't say it's for sale, but if you're a customer of theirs, you go in. I was like, "Oh, can I get it? Can you get it?" And it's like, "Yeah, we'll consider people for it." But it's like £47,000, so I don't know what that would be in dollars, but it's
a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, and it's a massive watch.
Yeah, That's a new watch. They're not making many of them. I think people would want to collect it, but that just goes to show you that. I mean, the titanium Yachtmaster was 40 something thousand unworn, and now they're like 24, 25.
Yep.
And I think the retail's 14.
I think it's 17.
Is it 17? I thought it was 14 and change.
Let me double check.
So it's getting to the point where it's like, oh yeah, it's so impossible to get. Just go pay 20% upcharge on the gray and buy it.
Yep, you're right. 14. Sorry.
So 14 becomes 16, not 16. 14 becomes a little over 15 with tax. Gray market sells it for 25, so they're giving you 19 to 20. I mean,
yep. This was so hot at the beginning. It's over, like you said, over 30,000.
Well, the problem with this watch is it's very cool, but put it on the tray as a Rolex, dead on arrival. That's not a Rolex. That doesn't look like a Rolex. That doesn't. I hope they don't make any more titanium watches. They'll make them. The color is
too light.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, when they hand it to you, it's just too light in the hand, isn't it? I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to me.
It's not even that. It's the colors and the lack of any sort of shine. There's nothing about it that's Rolexy. If I want that, I'll go buy a Tudor, or I'll go buy a IWC or something. But this is a very boring watch. You know, like if I'm Jeff who owns it, if I'm going on a date with a girl, you're never reaching for this watch ever. Leave this shit at home. Pick up your rose gold AP. What do you do? Like, well, right? Like, pick up a platinum Daytona. Pick up your rose gold AP. What are you doing with this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of the fact that that Mal picked this one up?
I love that watch. I love the hobnail.
Yep, so do I. The double hobnail bezel is amazing.
I think with a tuxedo, this is one of the coolest watches you could own.
Yeah. Thin.
Yeah.
Manual wind, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can see the whole movement. That's what I like. Obviously, it's a pain to manual wind it and everything, but you get to see the whole movement, everything on there. You know, beautiful.
Guys, we have 70 people watching this absolute nonsense, which is amazing. Please upvote the live stream. Let's get to 50 likes. And please remember, if you don't have a star next to your name, become a member today. Shout out to Misho from Austria in the chat. What's up, Misho? Good to see you, buddy. People from all over the world tuning in for the Watch Talk, which is cool.
I think it's my photography is just as good, right, as the Patek one.
Yeah, I love that watch.
Oh, top tip for both of you actually with your Pateks: get these case and time cases. They're brilliant for holding leather.
They have gel on both sides, so it stays in place.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. So
Do you have a blue strap on that?
Yeah, I got a blue strap on there.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I changed the strap.
Yeah, don't give Buckley any ideas.
No, I'm not. But I think that looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this your desk? Is this your desk, Mal, where you kind of keep all your watch stuff handy?
Yeah. This is my filthy desk. Yeah.
You got a polishing cloth underneath, so you can change straps and do all kinds of other stuff and not scratch.
Cork case and the whole works. I
cork
got a Tiffany polishing cloth because that's the kind of loser I am. I got brand new Patek watch straps just sitting. Waiting to go on. Yeah.
And you got that? You paid extra for it, or you just happened to have it? You didn't. You when you bought it new with the watch, you got it. You switched it to the blue.
They gave me an extra strap, and then I bought.
I got shit. I got nothing. I got nothing.
Really? They didn't give you extra straps?
No, nothing.
Oh, wow. I thought my extra strap was over here, but apparently not.
I thought I misplaced my case and time box watch thing. I was looking for it all over. I'm like, did I lose it? Did I take it to a restaurant and leave it somewhere, or it fell out of my backpack or something? And then I was open up my desk drawer, which is in the OC studio, and I looked and I found 2 watch rolls and the case and time watch case in there. I'm like, oh, that's where it is. Okay, I'll remember. So I was a little bit, but I wasn't missing any watches. But knowing me, I could have misplaced the case and the watch and not even known for weeks. Yeah. Which is a sign that you have a problem. No Endless Time is in the chat, joining from Germany. What's up, No Endless Time? Good to see you. He says, I'm surprised that you're surprised about the market development. You just have to be in the game long enough to have seen it all. Yeah, I wasn't around before 2020. But people are saying it's going back to that time where you're going to get discounts on precious metal. Stuff's going to be much harder to get. You'll see Rolex date justs for under retail and all that good stuff. And it's coming. He says, for example, I bought my first Daytona white gold 116509 in 2012 from an authorized dealer with 20% off, and you could have bought this model on the gray market with 25 to 30% off in 2012.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that it's going down. I was more surprised at the list of APs that he showed me, because they're all 2024 cards. So, and we're not talking about offshore and code. We're talking about like big dollar items. And these people, wherever they got these watches from, they're smart enough to know that they could have sold them for more money, but with that 20% trade-in, and you have to imagine the person that gets allocation of that watch is not a noob, right? These are smart people who've done a lot of business. Bucherer must have made them a pretty fucking good deal to get that watch out of their hands. Mm-hmm. Right? They had to have. Because, I mean, I don't know when it'll be uploaded. Hopefully soon. But when you guys see this list...
Yep. Yeah, it's interesting. Even if they don't get the best deal in the world, they're liquidating a piece for quick cash or for trade-in value.
People did that. I think they traded it in.
Or traded it in. But, I mean, so they still might not be getting the best deal in the world, but what they're doing is they're getting a hard-to-get Rolex or Patek, and they're giving the Bucherer a big chunk of money because Bucherer is going to sell that for a lot more. So it's they're solidifying their relationship. Like, hey, I'm now a source for you to get watches. So I'm more like a partner. If
there's one guy that offloaded his entire, one or two guys that offloaded it all. Or I'm wondering if it was like an Avi & Co. that at the top level took their inventory over there.
I said, listen, we need to get rid of $2 or $3 million worth of pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is like all these rules and all these fears that we've developed in the last couple of years because they're all derived from being blacklisted and not getting a watch again, right? They're kind of gone. I think it's kind of gone.
I'm not trying to bait any one particular person onto the panel, but let's just roll through a few comments. Whole Milk says, will AP be around in 2030? That's a very good question. If there's anybody who can help answer that, please let us know. Hawkeye's in the chat. He says, Rolex and Patek are investments. AP, not so much. If there's anybody who disagrees, please jump on the panel. Boston has a counter narrative. AP is performing much better than Rolex or Patek currently, and it worked. Here he is.
Hey guys, how's
Boston
it going?
Collector.
How's it going?
How's it going? I'm rocking the Pepsi today on Jubilee.
Amazing.
I got tired. This was at the bank, and I kept saying to myself, I missed the Pepsi. I had the Sea Dweller. It wasn't quite doing it for me. So I got the Pepsi. Check it out on my Instagram.
Nice.
The Jets are actually winning.
Hey, I didn't mean to pull you away from the game, Buckley.
Oh, they were playing like fucking absolute dog shit and, having their typical meltdown. And Xerxes, the coach over there, having that stupid look on his face, not knowing what to do. But I guess Aaron Rodgers finally got his shit together. Actually, it's not his fault. It's not Aaron Rodgers' fault. It's the receivers can't catch the ball.
Boston is rocking the Polar Rolex Explorer 2 white dial. Looks good. And this is vintage or modern? I forgot. This is not by vintage. I mean
Neo.
2000. Neo
2000.
vintage.
Neo vintage.
24 years old. See how the dial's changing colors though?
Yes.
And creamy.
It looks better than the new ones.
Creamy. Yeah, I'm at the lake. At the lake.
I got a lot of notes either yesterday. Remember, it was the morning after. Got a bunch of messages in my inbox like they really like the Boston Curly boat talk.
Oh, nice.
we did a 7-hour stream on the community channel, and like at 2 a.m. or something like that.
Yeah.
Curly jumped on. We were talking boats and Boston, and I baited Boston Collector with a question. I said, like, Boston, don't you own like 2 or 3 boats? And he's like,
yeah.
It set off the conversation. Hey, Mikey is in the chat. It worked. Great to see Boston jump on the panel. That's right. Of course it worked. We know what we're doing here.
He's the easiest one.
Me? When I can.
I gotta say, it's great to see so many people in Europe. Mikey, who I met in Geneva at Watches and Wonders, and I'll always remember Mikey had my back. I remember that. I'll never forget you, Mikey. Greg Saga in the chat. My gray dealer wants me to trade in my Z Blue. That's a Milgauss, guys. Think about it. 2 or 3 years ago, we would always talk about when is the Yachtmaster 2 getting discontinued? When's the Milgauss getting discontinued? And sure enough, here we are in 2024. The Yachtmaster 2 is gone, and the Milgauss is gone. They want me to trade in my Z Blue Milgauss, my Starbucks, which is a Submariner Cermet, my Rolex GMT Fat Lady, and my Rolex 16750. That's a Explorer 2, I believe. And $7,000 for a Patek Philippe Aquanaut 5167.
Terrible
opinions.
Deal. Terrible trade.
Yeah, I was going to say no to that.
Yeah. Terrible trade.
100% no.
Yeah.
A Patek Philippe Aquanaut 5167 is a
boring.
Terrible awful black rubber. Listen, and when people who have the watches, I'm not attacking those people. I love the people who have them. And so, listen, like Diego has a 5164, right? Like, love Diego.
That has that's a complication, though.
But the problem with Patek Aquanauts, let's be honest, especially when they're black, it looks like a tire.
Cheap.
No, it looks like the treads on a tire. The dial looks like a tire. Just go to Pep Boys, feel some tires, and then drop it on. I'm serious. I do not. Yeah.
Honestly, no. Like the thing is, kind of like what you're saying, Buckley, but in a different way. Is like, it's a lot of money for a 3-hand beater. You know, like it's not like a watch that you're like going out to dinner. You're gonna put that on. Like at least a 3-hand Royal Oak or something else in that. I mean, it's a lot of money, especially secondary. I mean, retail,
like
of course,
grand?
but
it's like 55 grand secondary.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But that's what makes it tough. The 55 grand secondary for that. No complications, 3-hand. So it's tough. But I don't have much time. I just wanted to jump on and
you want to talk about AP?
Buckley say. No,
okay.
I want to add on to what Buckley say. This is something that I brought up maybe 6 months ago, maybe February time, because I talked to Patek in my area, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll buy APs, we'll buy Rolex. Like, just let us know, and we'll take anything." I'm like, "Really?" Like, and then AP was like, "Oh yeah, we'll take Rolex, and we'll take, Patek," and RM's like, "Yeah, we'll take Patek, we'll take AP." Like, all of the brands are like, all of a sudden, like, "Yeah, oh, we'll take those in trade if you'll buy a watch." And I think some smart people are like asking around. They've got all these watches, and Booker's like, "Yeah, I'll buy it for $350 and mark it up to $400." On a Spider-Man.
More. They'll buy it for $280 and mark it up to $410.
Right, exactly. But still, $280 is probably more than you'll get from any dealer, especially cash, right? Or even better, they trade it in and they get like a Panda and a few other, Rolexes.
When you see this list, Boston, you see the list, and I'm hoping it'll be uploaded soon. Mm-hmm. It looks to me as, because they're all 2024 cards, all of them. It looks almost like Avi & Co. took a case over there and said, like, "Can you give me 100 Black Submariners and like 500 Santos," or something stupid, right? Unworn at a discount, and I'll hand you $5 million in AP, and you'll pay me $3. And he knows that he can sell those other watches on his site unworn.
Absolutely,
make double the money. It looks like that because it was Spider-Man.
Secondary dealers are 100% involved now.
100%
involved.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
And Booker knows exactly how to work around Rolex rules by instead of it being like all to one guy, Avi himself. Now Avi sends like 10 different runners, and those guys each deal with a separate transaction. Now they look like, oh, these are 10 legitimate collectors. They just spread it out into a few different transactions. But essentially what you're saying. But it goes the other way too. They're going to take those Rolexes back. Like, he might sell some of them, but he's going to take them back to AP, and now he's going to trade in some Rolexes towards the AP that are above retail. And then AP is going to sell them through material goods.
Yeah, but I don't. So AP House, when I asked them about this, they wouldn't take any watches. They wouldn't take any watches on trade or that. AP Boutiques, only one of them. There's only one of them, which is gone. The Hamptons used to be material goods AP.
Yeah.
They wanted to bring the watches into New York City to a material goods office.
Right.
But bringing a watch into AP and trying to do like this turn in for new keys on an AP, they weren't going to do it. Vacheron is.
Vacheron lets you too.
Vacheron lets you.
RM's like, yeah, we liquidate whole collections sometimes. Like, okay, all right, cool. But I think it goes the other way. Like I think people. I mean, we know how it works. The people selling watches are always going to find the best price. Who's offering the best price? And clearly, Booker. Keep in mind too, you get the plus 10% on the Booker ones, right?
Plus 20
going. Yeah, 20. There you go. On APs towards it. I mean,
the only thing though, Boston, with that is they had to have bent those rules, because if this person offloaded all these watches in one shot, which they had to have, because it's one sheet, it's an Excel sheet. I saw it. They're all 2024 cards within a couple of month period of time. They wouldn't have had anything in the store to hand them back that would have equaled the millions of dollars. Like, even Time Machine is not sitting on 10 off catalog Rolex or 10 Patek, right? They wouldn't have had that. I think it's more of an agreement like, here's 300 Cartier Santos, and we're going to pull them from all of our boutiques all over the place. Yeah. And we know that you're going to get them at 5,000 and sell them for 9.
Yep.
And That's what I think is going on, because there's no way they don't have anything. They don't have anything that has the value in the store.
Well, they can give some cash too, right?
Well, why would you take the cash? They're underbidding. They're even like a European watch company, CPO is underbidding by like 10-20%. It's bad.
Mhm.
It's really, really awful prices.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if you're getting it, but underbid on an AP is still way over retail.
Yeah, but if the gray market dealer, he's losing on that.
But gray market, you have to remember too, gray market dealers right now are still in that zone where they're like, I'd rather consign. What do you want to trade for? They won't give cash above like 100 most of the time, unless they're getting a really good deal. They don't want to take on that much risk at this point. You know? So like, I'm just saying Booker's somebody that like actually has the cash to put it up if you're trying to actually get cash out, which is interesting. Like, would you take, you know, they paid $250 for the Superman, Spider-Man. This was $250 retail. I mean, would you take 300 cash? I think so at this point.
Yeah. Well, they had it listed on their site for 400. That's the price that Booker is going to have it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think they got 325 then. I mean, 75K.
No, less. If they paid cash, definitely less. Booker is aiming for, they're hitting like 35%, 40% on Rolex.
Yeah.
You know, if it's another brand, like if you bring in if you bring in a Tudor,
yeah,
you're lucky if you get
20%
of what you paid.
Yeah.
So, but it's very weird. When he showed me the list, I was like, oh, that's cool. Your store is going to get some codes and offshores. And I thought he was just making conversation with me because we were talking about AP a little bit. And he's like, oh, maybe I could sell this guy some APs. No. He was showing me unworn 2024. Well, I'm calling it unworn because it's 2024 and it's the hardest APs in the world to get. So they're probably worn or mint or basically unworn, right?
Yeah.
But he showed me a list and it was like 25, 30 watches.
Mm-hmm.
And I was shocked because it was just shocking. It was a shocking number and it was a shocking list. Like blue ceramic. Like you got a blue ceramic. Booker is gonna have a blue ceramic. Where the fuck did you get that from? That guy's burned. It's like, no, he's probably not burned actually. Maybe being burned is for, you know,
burned is low level flippers that take a watch, sell it, and then go back into the store and want the next watch before they, you know, they're never even wearing an actual watch. Like, they don't like that. But if you've spent 600,000 in a year, they don't care. They don't really care, especially now. I mean, at the height, they were more restrictive because they're like, you know, let's at least try to control this thing. But right now, all the brands will eventually go back to selling to the gray market out the back door, whatever they can't sell. And remember, a discount for the brand is still a huge win. Like the actual money that it costs for them to make the watch and produce it and build the factory and all that stuff is peanuts compared to what they charge for these watches. So it's like, you know.
Yeah. Well, I know that I know the margin on Rolex for an authorized dealer is 37%.
Yeah, but Rolex's actual margin, right?
Yeah. But on a
95%.
Zenith, it might be an 80%. 70. We don't know.
Right.
We don't know.
Right. Yeah,
but,
and I think that's something to keep in mind. Like the for a brand to actually close like that, like Joma Shop is like, hey, we're good. You know, like you have to get to a point where it's like, hey, we're good. We're not even buying these at 50% off because people don't want them. So yeah, it's been fun, but like we're not buying them either. You know, the secondary source of offloading these things, and then they're gonna produce more of them. No, like the brand's like, you know what? We're not selling anything. It has to get that bad of a level, and I think we'll approach that with some of the brands, because I just don't think I think you know money is going to become easier to get, but it's not going to be fast enough for some of these brands. And there's, like you said, there's a glut of people are over saturated at this point with their collections. So we have to relieve some of that pressure, you know? But I think that, you know, eventually just like people are like, well, it's going back to the way it was. Well, it'll go back the way that we were going. Who knows if it spikes that fast and that hard and whatever. But the way things are right now with money's like nothing. They add a zero, whatever. Like it's play money, you know? So when you can use play money to buy an actual thing that is valuable and hard to make and desirable, and you can hold it in your hand, like it's hard to lose on that. Okay, I'm not saying like put all your money into Rolexes, but like from an actual value standpoint, there's very few things that like I put up $10,000 and I actually get back something that's like really cool and really useful and really fun to own. And when I go to sell it in 5 years, I'm not losing my shirt. Try doing that with a boat or a car or a. You know.
But not all the brands have that.
No,
I was going to say really useful is probably overselling it, Boston. I mean, really useful is probably
useful in
it.
that you can use it a lot, right? Like you buy a boat where I am, you're using it for like 3, maybe 4 months, right? 4 months. So like people are spending $100,000 on a boat. They're paying for a slip. They're paying for gas. They're paying for maintenance, and they put the thing away for 9 months. you know, like in you say you own it for 5 years, your cost per year is like $30K.
Yeah.
And at the end, the boat's worth 10,000 because nobody wants an old boat. So like, you just have to look at like other things like clothing and get killed on some of these. So anyway, I got to get going. It's been fun talking. Enjoy your afternoon, guys.
See you later.
All right. Cheers.
Hey, Boston.
All right. Thanks, Boston. Appreciate it.
I should head off too as well. It's just getting later over here, but nice to speak to you both. Thanks for having me on.
See you
Same
later,
here.
Mom.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Take it easy. Cheers.
Take it. Cheers. There you go. So your Jets are back in it.
They're in it. Oh, 17-17. So they have potential. I don't know why they're self-destructing constantly, but they have potential. It's not like the Giants. Giants are fucked.
America 5726. Can we finally agree the Spider-Man was an ugly mistake? I don't know, but if you say that, you'd have to basically say that the entire Marvel collaboration was a mistake, because this one was arguably a better watch than the Black Panther. Just kind of more, higher profile. The way they did the feet on the back was kind of cool. Spider-Man's a much more mainstream character.
I mean, I hate them. I hate them with a passion. I hate collaborations in the Holy Trinity, period. So,
yep. Marcelo time from Japan's in the chat. Hi, Marcelo. By the way, is I think he's unbanned from the panel. So there was a period of time that he might have been. We were working on it for quite a long time. that he might have been banned from the, but I think he's unbanned from the panel. So there you go. Everyone is back to being unbanned on the panel. The entire Marvel collection was a mistake. I don't know. Geez, I mean, that's one of the highest profile things that Francois did.
Francois he got out at the perfect time.
You sure didn't know who left also under a cloud of suspicion was Alexander Friedman. Right? The guy who was his consigliere, the guy who was in charge of marketing and PR. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The
problem with AP is you could shit on them. You could hate the way they treat you. You could hate a lot of the stuff, but when you pick up a Royal Oak, it's just a fucking gorgeous watch. That's the problem. Even the codes, right? If you take the price tag off, because the price tag is where people lose it. You know, if they were priced 30 to 50% less than they are, they'd be
Michael
hot.
Friedman. Yeah.
But I mean, you pick up a code, you pick up a Royal Oak, you pick up the right offshore, and they're fucking awesome. That's the problem, OC. They really are awesome, but it's mixed into this storm of fucking bullshit. Offshore does not look good on him. That looks horrendous, actually.
Yeah. He was the I think his official title was historian of AP, but he was the guy who was a Francois's right-hand guy on all these events and collaborations and sponsorships.
Where's his lapel?
It's there. I don't know.
No, it's not. It's gone. He has a lapel-less blazer. I've never seen that before. Someone who knows more than I do, please inform me on what this look is, because I've never seen a blazer with no lapel.
I got to jump on. The Marvel collection collaboration belonged with Breitling, just like their stupid NFL collab. Ugliest and dumbest idea of all time. It belongs with the Breitling collab. It belongs with Invicta. Invicta should have released a Spider-Man watch. I mean, come on, guys. Give me a break.
Yeah, it's retarded, but what can you do? Good comments. I kind of agree with Boston. The worst collab ever. I don't think it was the worst collab ever, but it's definitely horrible. Is that weird watch with the Philippe Stern's face on it?
Yeah, read the entire comment for people who are listening in who aren't watching.
Who wouldn't be watching? Worst collab ever was Patek Henry Stern and his dad Philippe Stern for the hideous 85th anniversary face disaster. That was bad. I don't think it's as bad as Marvel. Marvel is ridiculous. But all collabs suck.
Zack Attack bought one. Even Zack Attack was proud to buy one.
Yeah, fuck that kid.
The face watch was really, really ugly. I remember where I was. I was in Portugal on vacation, and this watch came out, and I remember where I was when it came out. It was that bad. It was like a natural disaster.
Mm-hmm. Brody's saying, is a Tiffany stamp Patek a collaboration? No, because they're not. Tiffany's not working with Patek to make a watch. All they're doing is stamping the dial saying this one was sold at Tiffany, which Tiffany and Cartier have a history of doing, right? They did it with Rolex. They did it with Patek. I would, if Tiffany made a watch with Patek, that could be kind of lame, I guess. But a stamp is not a collaboration. I don't think
that would be lame. The stamp is you're not all. It's not a different watch. You're putting one line of text. Exactly.
You're putting
one line of text on a watch. That's different than making an entire watch with a Spider-Man figurine in it. I mean, it's a completely different situation. And this one too. I mean, you got a dude's face on the watch. It's so bad. This is really ugly stuff.
And the guy,
It's
the guy
ugly.
looks like like Woodrow Wilson or or Dwight D. Eisenhower. You have no idea who the fuck this guy is, right? It's like
He looks like the Emperor from fucking Star Wars. I mean, this may as well be a Star Wars collaboration.
I mean,
It's
if they
ridiculous.
wanted to make a Philippe Stern anniversary watch, just make this watch without the face, and it's fucking awesome.
Exactly. Correct.
It's such a good looking watch. The color, it's a minute repeater. I love everything about it. Just take the face off, finish the numerals, move the Patek into the center, and you got an amazing fucking classy watch. On the back, it could have some sort of inscribed 85th, Philippe Stern, whatever. Fine. If it's on the back, I'm all right. But this is stupid. I mean, this looks this to me looks like a 1970s Communist Party USSR dictator fucking thing.
Yep, it reminds me a lot of a monument that you'd see the Soviet dictators put up to themselves. Yeah. Yep, there you go, Lenin watch.
There you go.
Exactly.
If me and MJ are thinking and I'm doing it at the same speed as MJ, I'm really proud of myself. Keeping up with someone like MJ is very difficult.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to unsee that now. And I was thinking Dwight D. Eisenhower, but I think Lenin.
He nailed it.
Is better.
Yeah, it's the Lenin collaboration. Oh, it's bad.
Otherwise, it's great. I mean, I like that big crown. I think that looks cool. I like the color. That black on black I think it looks great.
Yep.
So, like with AP, I hate the Marvel collection. I hate the Travis Scott just because I know that they're only with Travis Scott, who's sort of an asshole in real life. He's in the Kardashian family because he's in that. An average Travis Scott, I would pretty much say 99.999% of people who buy AP have never listened to a Travis Scott song ever. So all those arguments are fucking ridiculous to me, and you just sound stupid.
You're missing the demographic though. It's for men aged 50 to 65 who want to feel like they're part of popular culture.
It's the lamest thing.
And who are not correct, and who are not part of popular culture. It's the 62-year-old guy who's wearing skinny jeans and a floral t-shirt that you see down in Miami.
Right, and no offense to anybody that's like 50 and up, but I'm sorry, when Travis Scott had that little Brooklyn underground party with Francois, and a whole bunch of people, 100 OCs showed up. That is not cool, and the people who follow Travis Scott don't appreciate that. And we could leave it there, right? That doesn't make any sense. Get to the John Mayer. I don't like that they're doing that, but the John Mayer itself is a really nice AP, really, really nice, and it doesn't, to my knowledge, say John Mayer anywhere on the watch, which is good, very cool. The part about that sucks and is super shitty and total fucking ridiculousness is the fact that they brought him on board with the company and gave him a title, right? And he's like helping with the designs of AP. Because what? His views got the highest ratings on Hodinkee fucking 10 years ago. Like, what?
That's literally it. Yeah, that's literally it. It's clout chasing. They're clout chasing the market.
Amazing. The watch is amazing. But it's like, and even if it was like, okay, John Mayer helped design this one watch, fine. I don't love it, but fine. You're bringing him on. He's going to sit at the table with designers for other watches because he's John Mayer. And then he's going to go on other channels like GQ and talk about him knowing how awesome he is and how he can flip the narrative on any watch brand to make people want it, which is literally what he did. Fuck you. Oh, fuck you and all that.
Yeah, it reeks of like Kickstarter level, like brand awareness kind of marketing. Just it's so kitschy. It's greasy. I don't like it either. It's disgusting.
Well, you're not even buying at that point. You're not even buying AP to be part of AP.
Exactly. No, you're buying. You're
buying
yeah.
John Mayer.
Exactly. You're buying the cultural cachet that John Mayer, the musician, has.
Fuck
It's
you.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Fuck you. Like, even Rolex is smart enough not to make a Federer watch.
They would never. Are you kidding me? They would never.
You know, and I'm this will bait one or two people in our community, and you know exactly who they are. Let's go over to Vacheron for a second. Corey Richards. Who gives a fuck about Corey Richards?
It's a problem. I don't even know who that is. Never knew who he was.
When Rose gets on and talks about how they made the watch for Corey Richards and how it's like the only true sports watch, it's like, that's all great. But also, who gives a fuck about Corey Richards? Are you like, what?
Exactly.
Get fucked, dude. Are you kidding? Who gives a shit? No one's heard of him. You only heard of him because Vacheron made you aware of him. You were following fucking rock climbing or whatever he does. He's like a spelunker or a rock climber, or he climbs mountains, right? He's a mountain climber. Isn't that what he does? Some shit like that?
Dude, I don't know. He could be diving into wells in the upper Mideast. I don't know.
Who's following mountain climbers? You want to talk about a niche community? What? I would argue they could have done a titanium. They could have done the same watch and taken Corey Richards' name off of it or out of the equation, and people would have bought it anyway. Same way.
Correct.
Who gives a fuck about Corey Richards?
The reason they did that is because Rolex has the Explorer that they connected with Sir Edmund Hillary. So it's very like derivative as well. It's not even an original idea.
These collaborations are just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's out of control.
It's like, do you understand who Corey Richards was and how like hard what he does it? Like, yeah, but are we going to play this game? We're like, why not Michael Phelps or Simone Biles or fucking Tom Brady or Tiger Woods? Like, you want to go up and talk about a different level of greatness? Where's the Jordan watch? Corey Richards. What the fuck? What's next? What's next, America? A fucking Ben Clymer FP Journe? I'm not running this shit by myself. You guys, I'm gonna go pee. You guys got 2 minutes to hop on the panel, or we're ending it abruptly.
Boom, and that's the word. We're gonna do 2 minutes, and then we're gonna kill the stream. It doesn't matter how many people are watching. We've got stuff to do. We're gonna go out and enjoy the day. So unless somebody wants to jump on and run the show, and it's easy. Just click on this link. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. You don't have to be able to pull up comments, just to be able to get on and talk. Boom. Click on that link. You're on the panel. You can run the show however way you want. Otherwise, we're going to say thank you for listening and peace out in 30 seconds as soon as Buckley comes back. You're back.
I'm only back, but you know, if you're hopping off, then it's over.
I'm hopping off, guys. If you can jump off anytime, Buckley. We're gonna go for 30 seconds. If someone wants to jump on the panel and run the show, be my guest. You can have full creative control. Do whatever you want. Otherwise, we're going to wish you a very happy Sunday afternoon. Get out, enjoy time outdoors, enjoy time with a family. Do something good. Go ahead, read. Boston Collector says but I agree on Corey Richards. There are 300 Chinese tourists who climb Everest each year. Should they get a watch?
Right. And MJ said, few people would know Sir Edmund Hillary if it wasn't for Rolex. I totally agree. Who gives a fuck about Sir Edmund Hillary? No one cares about your weird, out of left field fucking character. No one has ever heard of any of that. It doesn't matter. I don't know why they do shit like this. It's only in these hodinky circles where people talk about these non-athletes that did something weird that no one ever thought about doing, so all of a sudden it's cool. If you gave LeBron the fucking ski shoes, I bet he could get to the top of the mountain and he could get there faster than Corey Richards. Who gives a fuck?
Yep. It's a cool name. So Sir Edmund Hillary is a cool name, but I don't give a shit.
Yeah, who
guys,
cares?
thanks so much.
Yeah.
We're out of here. Unless somebody jumps on in the next 10 seconds, we are gone. It's been nice knowing you. It's been nice chatting with you, but we gotta go. Peace out.